Hello everybody, Super Goal 5, Unit 1, Lifestyles. 1. Listen and discuss pages 2 and 3. Now the first thing we will be looking at is the objectives. Number 1, listen to answer the questions. Number 2, read and give the meaning of the new words. And number 3, discuss the lesson. So the title of this unit is Lifestyles. Before we move on to pages 2 and 3, let me just explain to you the meaning of lifestyles. Lifestyles means the ways in which a person or people lives. Okay? اللي هو نمط الحياة، الطريقة أو الطرق اللي يعيشون فيها ممكن الأشخاص يعيشون فيها طبعا حياتهم. So please move on to pages 2 and 3. 1. Lifestyles. 1. Listen and discuss. Check your lifestyle. Now, before we listen to different people talking about their lifestyles, let's go through the vocab very quickly. Now, fitness, gym, rock climbing, health food fanatic, vegetarian meals, herbal tea, puzzles. For example, Sudoku is a puzzle. Puzzles. Internet addict. Devoted. So again, please move on to pages number 2 and number 3. As I have said previously, you will be listening to different styles or different lifestyles of different people, and you are asked later on to say which of the people are most like you and which one aren't. راح نسمع الآن إلى أنماط حياة مختلفة لأشخاص مختلفين. مطلوب منكم بعدها أنكم تذكرون أي من الأشخاص يشبهكم في نمط حياته وأيهم لا يشبهكم. Also, there is a question that I'd like to discuss with you before we start listening and discussing. Now, what activities do you do every day or probably twice a day? ما هي الأنشطة التي تفعلها ممكن مرة في اليوم أو ممكن مرتين في اليوم أو probably 3 times a day? If you have an answer to this question, you are welcome to leave it in the comment box below. إذا كانت عندكم أي إجابة لأي من الأسئلة سواء هذا السؤال أو الأسئلة الأخرى بإمكانكم أنكم تتركونها في بوكس التعليقات. Now get ready to listen to Arthur's, Rifa's, and Khalid's lifestyles. Get ready and please follow up as you listen to the recording. And of course, later on we will be discussing each person's lifestyle in details.
Pages 2 to 3. 1. Listen and discuss. Check your lifestyle. Which of the people are you most like? Why?
Arthur is really into fitness. He works out at the gym regularly. He runs frequently, and he plays tennis twice a week. From time to time, Arthur goes rock climbing.
Rifa is a health food fanatic. She normally eats vegetarian meals. She hardly ever eats meat. She never drinks coffee, but she loves herbal tea. Sometimes she drinks 6 cups a day.
John hates any type of physical exercise. He enjoys challenging puzzles like Sudoku. He spends most of his free time playing video games or solving puzzles in magazines.
So, okay, right now you have listened to Arthur's, Rifa's, and Khalid's lifestyles. Now let's discuss each one of them in details. Now, Arthur, from the picture you could tell that he's really into fitness. يعني مهتم جدا باللياقة. He works out at the gym regularly. He runs frequently and he plays tennis twice a week. From time to time Arthur goes rock climbing. طبعا واضح انه he is into fitness، يعني يذهب للجيم بانتظام، وكذلك يركض بانتظام، ويلعب التنس مرتين في الأسبوع أو مرتين في الأسبوع، ومن وقت للآخر يذهب لتسلق الجبال. Now how about Rifa's lifestyle? Rifa is a health food fanatic. She normally eats vegetarian meals. She hardly ever eats meat. She never drinks coffee, but she loves herbal tea. Sometimes she drinks 6 cups a day. ريفا واضح إن هي تعيش حياة ونمط حياة صحي لأنه متعصبة للطعام الصحي، برضو تاكل وجبات نباتية. من النادر جدا إنها تأكل اللحم، وكذلك إن هي تشرب القهوة، لكنها تحب أو تعشق اللي هو شاي الأعشاب، ممكن تشرب 6 كاسات يوميا. Now Khalid hates any type of physical exercise. He enjoys challenging puzzles like Sudoku. He spends most of his free time playing video games or solving puzzles in magazines. طبعا هو يكره أي نوع من الأنشطة الجسدية، لكن يستمتع بالألغاز مثل سودوكو. Also يقضي كثير من الوقت فراغه يلعب ألعاب الفيديو أو يحل الألغاز في المجلات. Alright, so right now we have listened to 3 different people's lifestyles and we have discussed them in details. Now let's move on to the next 3 people, and we will be doing as we did with the previous ones. So please follow up as you listen to the recording.
Josh is an internet addict. He seldom spends less than 3 hours a day on the computer. While he's chatting online, he often checks his cell phone for text messages.
Nura loves shopping. When she walks into a department store or a mall, she always buys something. She spends a lot of money, but she says shopping makes her happy.
Martin works very hard. He always takes work home from the office, and he rarely takes a vacation. He's really devoted to his job.
Your profile. Answer the questions about.
Okay, so right now we have listened to the rest of different people lifestyles. Now here is Josh. He is an internet addict. He seldom spends less than 3 hours a day on the computer. While he's chatting online, he often checks his cell phone for text messages. جاش مدمن على الانترنت مثل ما هو واضح. من النادر جدا انه يقضي 3 ساعات على الانترنت او على الكمبيوتر، وهو طبعا chatting online عادة يشيك على على الرسائل النصية اللي تجي على الهاتف. Now let's take a look at Noura's lifestyle. Noura loves shopping. When she walks into a department store or a mall, she always buys something. She spends a lot of money, but she says shopping makes her happy. نورا تعشق التسوق أو تحب التسوق. طبعا لما تذهب إلى أي مجمع أو محل دائما تشتري كثير من الأشياء وتصرف كثير من المال على المشتريات، لكن هي طبعا تقول أن التسوق يجعلها سعيدة. Now Martin works very hard. He always takes work home from the office and he rarely takes a vacation. He's really devoted to his job. طبعا مارتن يعني يعمل بجد ودائما ياخذ يعني الأشياء من العمل إلى البيت عشان يكمل شغله، ومن النادر جدا إنه هو ياخذ إجازة جدا مكرس نفسه للعمل. So right now, after we have listened to different people lifestyles, I'd like you to tell me which of the people are you most like and why. أي من الأشخاص يشبهك في نمط حياتهم وأي منهم لا يشبهك ولماذا. Okay, now are you like Arthur, or you're more like Rifa or Noura? Why? لماذا? And if not, why not as well? So if you have an answer to this question again, you are welcome to leave it in the comment box below. Now, we have here a couple of questions about you, okay, about your habits and routine, your profile. طبعا في بعض الأسئلة عن عاداتك وعن روتينك. Of course, you are supposed to do this in class and afterwards discuss them with your classmates. Now let's go through the questions very quickly. How many hours a day do you watch TV? كم عدد الساعات اللي تشاهد فيها التلفاز؟ 3 hours, 4 hours, or you don't watch TV at all? Now, how long do you talk on the phone a day? هل تتحدث كثيرا على الهاتف؟ كم المدة التي تتحدث فيها على الهاتف؟ How much money do you spend a week? كم تصرف من المال أسبوعيا؟ How much time do you spend on the internet? How about the internet? كم من الوقت تقضي على الإنترنت؟ What two activities do you do very often? أي من الأنشطة تفعلها بانتظام؟ What two activities طبعا نشاطين do you hardly ever do من النادر جدا أنك تفعلها؟ What activities do you think you overdo? أي من الأنشطة ممكن تفعلها أكثر من اللازم overdo. How often do you exercise? How often do you go, for example, to the gym as well? كم بالعادة تذهب إلى النادي الرياضي أو تتمرن؟ How often do you go shopping? Twice a week, every weekend. Okay, how many hours a day do you sleep? كم عدد الساعات التي تنامها يوميا؟ After you fill this survey or questionnaire or whatever, you are supposed to compare your answer with a partner. ممكن تقارنون إجاباتكم مع زميل لكم. Alright? Now let's move on to the quick check. A. Vocabulary. You are supposed to underline words and expressions on pages 2 and 3 that tell about frequency. مطلوب منكم تضعون خط على العبارات اللي تعبر عن frequency. Frequency, regularly, frequently, twice a week, from time to time, من وقت لوقت, normally, عادة, hardly ever, never, sometimes, seldom, نادرا, often, بالعادة, always, دائما, rarely, نادرا. Okay? So you could tell that always معناها دائما, usually, عادة, often, برضو means عادة but less than usually, sometimes أحيانا, rarely, نادر, never يعني نهائيا. Okay? Now let's move on to the comprehension questions in order to check your understanding. Number 1, how often does Arthur go rock climbing? طبعا based on what you have listened to and based on what we have discussed, Arthur goes rock climbing from time to time. Arthur يذهب إلى تسلق الجبال من وقت لآخر. How frequently does Khalid exercise? Khalid never exercises. طبعا مثل ما قلنا he hates any physical activity. لا يتمرن نهائيا. How often does Rifa eat meat? Rifa hardly ever eats meat. يعني hardly ever. يكاد يكون معدوم. Number 4. How often does Josh spend on the internet? Josh seldom spends less than 3 hours a day on the internet. So as we said that Josh is an internet addict. How much money does Noura usually spend? Noura spends a lot of money. Okay. How often does Martin go on vacation? So Martin rarely takes a vacation because he's really devoted to his job. مارتن من النادر جدا انه ياخذ اجازة لانه هو مكرس نفسه للعمل. So right now we have reached the end of the lesson. I hope that you have enjoyed our lesson. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also don't forget to share this video with your friends, and of course hit the like button. Till next time, have a good one.